Chief of Police John Ganley and Safety Officer Jim Holland with us. Now the question we'd like to ask is how Route 28 was in the past and how it's changed today. Could you tell us a little about that, Chief?
Well, as Jim will recall, when we first started, when I began 13 years ago, this was practically a wide open highway. The speed limit was 60 miles an hour, the business community was nowhere near as developed, and it still handled a lot of traffic. But the change today is in terms of volumes and in terms of problems that it brings to us anyway, primarily volume. Right now, Route 28, as of last July, was recorded as the third busiest state highway in the state of New Hampshire. So that alone tells you what it stands for.
Officer Holland, from a safety standpoint, how has Route 28 changed? Has the town really put something in there to make it more safe for the people?
Yes, that medium strip going down Route 28 has solved a lot of our problems coming out of the shopping centers. It took a while for the motorist going into J.M. Fields and the other stores, a while to get accustomed to it, but now that they know how to get in and out, I'm sure that it's a lot safer.
Thank you very much, and we'll be right back with some more filming actually on 28 and seeing how these different changes have affected. Many tools that the police use to stop these speeders on 28, and it comes Officer Holland now with one of them. Could you tell us what this is, Officer Holland?
Yes, this is a radar unit we use to try to slow the traffic down on 28 and our back streets.
I see.
Also a summons that we don't like to use, but most of the time we have to issue a summons to appear in court for motor vehicle violations.
I see. And could you show us how this works on the cruiser?
Yes, sir. I'd be glad to.
Okay. Could you show us how it works?
Yes. Radar comes in two parts. One of the parts is an antenna that throws a wave out at your oncoming traffic.
I see.
When the vehicle breaks the wave, it sends a signal through the wires and it's picked up onto the screen. The screen will tell me exact speed that the oncoming traffic is moving.
I see.
One of the ways to show that the vehicle is traveling at that speed is by throwing it on calibration. If the machine is operating properly, it'll register 50 miles an hour.
I see.
This would be the inner works. Also, a calibration is used by a tuning fork, such as the one that I have here, and this one is tuned in at 50 miles an hour. This throws a hum and it sends a signal into the machine. If the radar was not operating properly, it would register at a different speed other than 50 miles an hour.
I see. So actually it is very accurate in finding out what speed you are going.
It will tell you to the exact mile.
Okay, thank you very much.
We don't like to use it inside of an automobile in motion for one reason.
What's that?
It's very hazardous to the driver. At 58 was the speed that I was going and the speed that the vehicle going away from me. Yeah, and running into this intersection, before this island was put in, on the left side of me, had a habit of coming through and going into the gas station, causing an accident between your westbound traffic and people trying to get into this gas station. We've eliminated some of the accidents by putting these islands in. Going down on south on 28, there was a lot of controversy when we had planned on putting these islands in. But here again, we've stopped a lot of the accidents from coming off the boulevard and shooting across 4 lanes of traffic to get into the department store.
And who did, was this the police department that requested this?
This was the town safety committee and the state. And there's many things that we would like to have done, but of course it all runs into money, which we haven't got at this time. This intersection we are coming into right now, I feel, is one of the most dangerous in the town due to the apartment complexes on the right. Notice the fences have been knocked down from the tenants. I have written letters to the owners of these property requesting them to put up a chain link fence to try to stop the people from running across from the apartments at random across onto Route 28. On Route 28, within this past year, we've had somewhere in the vicinity of 130 accidents on 28 alone. I feel that we can still cut down. We have cut down quite a bit over the past years. Up the highway quite a bit for the people traveling Route 28. They will notice from Veterans Parkway and 28 down as far as Salem Plaza, the brightness in the road. We have increased the wattage by a considerable amount.
Yes, I was wondering, they give off kind of like a dull yellow glow. Is that a special type of light that's supposed to help out?
Yes, this is called a high pressure sodium light. The city of Washington, D.C. has cut their crime rate in half by inserting this type of lighting throughout their city. The street crime has really reduced quite a bit.
I see, so you feel this will help Salem in the same way?
Definitely, definitely. The officer that is doing traffic now at least has half a chance.
I see, I understand what you mean. I've noticed a lot of school buses that travel on Route 28. What is the procedure for a vehicle stopping for a bus on the highway?
Well, I'm glad you asked me that. The school bus drivers are continually calling me at the police station, turning in registration numbers. In the state of New Hampshire, the school bus is stopped with its flashing lights flashing. It is the responsibility of the motorist to stop in either direction, either overtaking or approaching. They must bring their vehicle to a complete stop.
Thank you very much. Could you tell me what the total accident rate is for the town of Salem?
Yes, I have a breakdown that our office fixed up here. From January up to this time, on your uniform accident, this was reported accidents. We've had 943 up to the end of September. For the month of October, we had 113. Now, pedestrian accidents, a total up to this time is 9 this year. Fatals, we've had 3. 3 fatals. We've had 17 bicycle accidents, which is something that is increasing at all times. And I feel that we've got to go into the schools and try to teach more about
set up a bicycle safety program.
Bicycle safety programs here. And we've had 546 just property damage reports, 127 up to October on your personal injuries. As you can see, this is quite a number.
Also, I'd like to ask you, what do you want the people of Salem to remember about Route 28 as they're riding down it?
Well, I'm sure that once the person drives it, that's all it takes is just once.
Once, yeah.
They are going to have to drive a little more safer and slow their car down.
Okay, thank you very much, Officer Holland.
Thank you.
Stick it right out the window. Put all the cars, very good. Tilts forward, very good. Love that car right there.
Well,
Oh, yeah.